Did get some more bad news in the housing market today. As we reported earlier, housing starts in June fell to their lowest level in 8 months, and that's after a slide in home builder confidence and continued declines in sales for new and existing homes. Still, there may be some opportunities to make money in the housing market. Joining us right now are the co-founders of a new service that matches up college grads with realtors for rentals in major cities around the country and overseas. Blair Brandt is the CEO of the Next Step Realty, and Belton Baker, is the company's chief operating officer. And guys, when we knew you were coming on, we're thinking we got some bad housing data today, another round of it. Meantime, you've got 17% of college grads are either unemployed or not seeking work. Tell me how this can be a good business.
Well, 70% of college grads unemployed actually isn't as big of a problem as you'd think, with a company that's working with hundreds of colleges around the country. And there still are the best and brightest college students getting jobs, looking for housing. So we're seeing a lot of demand, actually.
What are you seeing as far as rentals? I mean, I would assume that apartments are getting cheaper all over the world. We see them getting cheaper here in Manhattan. Is that Is that a help to your business?
I'd say so. I think that it makes it more manageable for college students to take money out of their salary, ask parents for a little bit of help. The fact that things are a little bit cheaper. Here in New York, it's been pretty tough, though, and we've seen some pretty resilient landlords, I'd say.
Well, and that's the thing I was going to bring up. I mean, how often are you finding that those recent college grads are going to their parents for assistance or to co-sign something?
I think it's even a little bit worse than that in some cases. I think that a lot of students are actually just staying at home for another year, and I think that's why we're seeing a little bit of lags. This time next year, I think we'll be having a much different conversation in regards to college students moving out of the dorm and into a city, rather than out of the dorm and into their parents' basement.
Does the credit, and Belton, let me ask you this, does the credit situation make it difficult here? Because I know you have to go through credit checks when you're getting your first apartment, which typically it is for people coming out of college. Is that situation getting more difficult?
Well, typically the clients that we were receiving, these people who just graduated from college, do not have credit problems, so no, it has not been a problem.
They don't have credit problems, well, but I would assume don't have much of a credit history other than buying six-packs and jeans. I mean, what do you do in college, right? Books,
well, I guess. I know what I did.
Lots of them have debt. I mean, you've got college loans. Even parents are taking on loans. But at the same time, we're looking at a rental market that's based on these kids' salaries. You have to have a job to access our website.
Talk to us a little bit about the business model. I mean, how are you guys making money? You've got investors, correct?
Right.
So how are you making money, and what kind of money? Can you give us an idea in terms of how you're doing?
Absolutely. Well, right now we're selling our leads. So we take in this large database of college students around the country, we collect them, and then we sell them to real estate brokers who are pretty confident that they're going to materialize into renters. But down the road, we're thinking about becoming our own brokerage and actually splitting the commissions with the brokers around the world.
How many cities are you guys operating in right now?
30 cities across the world.
30 cities across the world. So yes. It's not just a business in the U.S. here.
No, well, what we're seeing is even people graduating in the United States are having to move overseas for jobs, and people in Europe are having to move to the United States. So as Thomas Friedman once said, the world is flat, and people are moving all over now.
You know, you talk about passing on leads. I mean, how many leads in a typical month are you guys passing along?
At least 200.
At least 200.
At least 200.
And how many of they pan out into actual deals?
We're hitting about 25% of our market right now. So for every 100 kids, we're closing on 25 of them.
It makes perfect sense, actually, because real estate agents want leads, and obviously college kids graduating are going to be renting apartments for the most part. Are you running into any competition? Do agents try and get these kind of leads themselves?
You know, we've not started running into any competition at all right now. Possibly in the future, but right now we've seen ourselves the only post-college real estate service.
We really are the only service in the world that's doing this right now, hooking up recent college graduates with real estate brokers around the world. There's obviously isolated pockets where, for example, a firm in New York will reach out to NYU students and say, we'll help you out, but we're streamlining the entire process for every college, for every student globally.
All right, we got to run. Hey guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Blair Brandt and Belton Baker of Next Step Realty.